All right, about to draw first blood. Hopefully not me.
Okay, go.
So we're getting ready to do our van install. So one of the most stressful things is using a jigsaw and cutting into a brand new van. But I've watched a lot of videos and hopefully I've got it down. This is actually the center line of the van, but we're going to move it over just a little bit because I need some lip for the fan shroud to grab onto. So we're going to install a MaxxAir fan up front because we have an air conditioner in the back.
What are you doing right now with the bag?
I'm going to put this trash bag up here to catch any metal shavings because they say that those little shavings will rust and then you'll introduce rust into your van. So to start your drill, I like to use a punch. So that's a pointy end punch, and then you just put it on the corner where you want your drill to start and give it a tap with a hammer, and it makes a little divot so that when you put your drill bit down, it's not going to wander around on the top of the metal. So this is my template line. This was my first draw, but then I realized that I'm not going to have anything flat to screw down to, which is why we got to offset it a little bit. So I moved it over to here, so that'll leave me this wide area on both sides for the lip to seal up against. And so here's taking the punch. I'm just putting it inside a little bit because the diameter of the drill bit's going to be large. Just give it a hit, and that makes a little divot. All right, about to draw first blood. Hopefully not me.
You drilled a pilot hole, now you're drilling a bigger hole?
Yes.
Okay, so right now he's just prepping the area. He's cleaning it with the rubbing alcohol. Okay, so here he's taping around the perimeter of the line, and that's so that you don't scratch the paint when you are drawing your jigsaw around the cut. Okay, measure twice, cut once. Just double checking his measurements. So we're getting ready to do the cut. We're also going to tape the bottom of the jigsaw to prevent that from scratching the metal.
Okay, no guts, no glory. One thing we do too is as we're going, see it starts to bounce around like this. So just tape it as you go to keep that from flopping around. Also, very important, I can feel the flex hitting my face, and you don't want that in your eye. is. So now we're going to file the edges in these, and then we're going to paint them. Okay, so here's the test fit. Boom. A little loose, but that's not too bad. I mean, once you get in, I would basically tack in this side so that it doesn't move when you're drilling your other holes. So drill here, hold it up like this, drill, and then go to the other side.
Ready?
Okay, we're just covering up the exposed metal because don't want it to rust. Alright, so next step is to put some butyl tape on the underside of the flange that's going to sit on the roof. And once we get this all placed in here, we'll put it on top of the van, drill some holes for these screw holes. And then we'll cinch it down and then put lap sealant over top of it. There are 3 different types of screws in the kit. There's a short fat one, that's what attaches this to the fan. There's a one with a white tip on it, that's for inside the van. And then there's 4 of these, and then there's 16 of these long screws. Okay, so when you mount your fan, you want these tabs to the side, because if you put it this way, your fan's going to be sideways when it mounts. So be aware of that.
He's pre-drilling the holes.
I don't want to strip out the metal underneath. I just tightened it down with a screwdriver, just so it's like kind of snug but not like cranked down. You can see the butyl is coming out on some of these. That's good. Now the last step for the flange is to put this lap sealant on top of it. This is the one that I've seen a lot of people use, so it's the most common. They say a 3/8 inch bead around, and this stuff is self-leveling, so it will flow over time. Open this up, expose the screw holes there and there. So right here is a little tiny groove there. You got to put your wire in that groove so that when you put it down through the ceiling, it come out. I believe that's correct.
So move your hand so I can see the groove.
Right there. to do is this is the inside shroud. That's what covers it at the ceiling. But we have to build the whole ceiling, figure out how deep your ceiling is going to be, and then you mark it out in here and you cut this for the trim.
So that will be for a different day.
Yes.
There we go.